I'm gonna need your cooperation because we have to move really fast. I prepared an hour's worth of stuff, and I got like 40 minutes to fit it in, so I gotta start talking fast. Here's the deal. Everybody calls me Ooch. Thing you need to remember? You can call me Ooch. It's my nickname. But the thing you really need to remember, my real name is not Ooch. So don't be going home and having your parents be like, what'd you do at camp? And you're like, this weird guy Ooch came to our camp, and they're like, Ooch? And you're like, yeah. And they go, what's his real name? And you're like, I think it's Ooch. Don't do that. Because when you tell your parents my real name's Ooch, they're thinking when I was a baby, my parents looked at me and were like, you know what he looks like? An Ooch. Which is not what happened. Turns out, I looked like a Brett, not a bread. Sometimes when I say my name, you guys are like, dude, you look like a bread? And I was like, well actually, probably. I mean, when you're born, you're only like loaf-sized, and warm, and squishy. But my name is Brett. I want you just to remember that, so when you go home, you can tell your parents that I have a normal name. By the way, here's how you remember my name. My name is Brett, B-R-E-T-T, and if you're not good at remembering, it's perfect. You know why? Because Brett rhymes with forget. So like, now you can't forget. It's perfect. Even if your parents are like, what's his name? And you're like, I forget. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's Brett. It's stuck in there. Okay, just so you know, my nickname is Ooch for one reason. It's because a lot of you guys are like, dude, why is your name Ooch? I did not one day wake up and be like, I want everybody to call me Ooch, because that is so weird. My last name, it's a Greek name, it's ooch-KOO-nis. That's how I got the nickname Ooch. So my friends, they just gave everybody nicknames. You know how they do it? They take your last name, they'd add a Y. If your last name is Jones, you were Jonesy. If your last name was Sullivan, they'd shorten your name and they'd go, Sully. They got to my name and they were like, dude, you want a nickname? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, what's your last name? I said, it's Outchcunis. And they were like, oochie-KOO-nis. And I remember looking at my friends and being like, did you just call me oochie-KOO-nis? And my friends were convinced that it's fun to say oochie-KOO-nis. You know what? I agree. The problem is it's not fun to be oochie-KOO-nis. So I looked at my friends and I was like, guys, can you just give me a different nickname? They said, why? I said, because anything is better than oochie-KOO-nis. And they said, okay, fine. Oochie-Smoochie. And I was like, no, I guess I was wrong on that one. So I eventually had my friends shorten it, and it became Ooch. So in my shows, we do two things. Number one, hands up like this. This is how I regain control of my audience, by doing this, okay? Here we go. On the count of 3, I want you to pull your arms down while saying Ooch, but it must come from within. It must rumble and sound like Ooch. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yo, not even joking right now. The stage rumbled a little bit because you guys got that bass. Do it again on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay. One other thing. Ooching can get old after a while, so every time we ooch, I add a step, and I'll reveal the step next time we do it. But this one, spoiler alert, is gonna be a splash. Because it's super hot out, it's gonna go ooch. Feel free to nod your head, it makes it cooler. Let's go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, last bit. I'm gonna be giving you guys a new skill to use. We're gonna talk about what you do when you make a mistake. Now I know a lot of you guys know what you're supposed to do, but I'm gonna give you guys a technique that the next time you make a mistake, you're probably not gonna get in much trouble, and the best part, people are gonna be impressed. Yeah, okay, now, throughout the show, I use yo-yos. I started yo-yoing when I was 9 years old. My dad was like, Brett, look at this. This is called walk the dog. And I was like, I can do that. He goes, really, you've never touched a yo-yo? I was like, but I can make the yo-yo spin, watch. And he's like, no, not like that. I was like, how about this? My dad's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I call it spinny thingy. And my dad was like, Brett, that is not a trick. I was like, watch, watch, watch. This is my version of walk the dog. And my dad's like, what are you doing? I'm like, reverse walk the dog, it's advanced. He's like, you're dragging the dog. I was like, even better. Drag the dog. At the end of my show, if you guys don't know how to yo-yo, that's all right. You'll always have spinny thingy. Okay, and if your parents aren't impressed, and believe me, they won't be, you can look at your parents and be like, you don't like spinny thingy? How about this? rising spinny thingy. Okay, so I'm gonna be using yo-yos throughout my show, and sometimes I'm gonna do a trick that's actually kind of impressive, not spinny thingy. And if you like it, you don't have to clap. I've got a move, okay? I'm giving you a bonus move today that you can use. Counselors and peer leaders, you can use this too. Adults, you can use this as well. It's called the ooch point, because you know what I figured out in life? You're not supposed to point at people, and I think that's unfair. You know why? Because it's fun to point at people. But not in a mean way, like in a nice way. Like if you like someone, you should be able to point at them and be like, hey, I like you, but it's weird. And if you go into your classroom and your teacher's like, good morning, class, you can't look at your teacher and be like, good morning. You get in trouble. So here's the ooch point, everybody. Put your pinky up real quick. We gotta make a quick agreement here. We gotta make a promise. By shaking your pinky finger, you are agreeing that you will not use this move when things are bad, because it will make things worse. Agree on it, please. Okay, good. Switch fingers to your other hand. Shake on this one. Only use this move I'm about to give you when things are good, okay? Shake on it. All right, let's go. That's a binding agreement for life. Take 2 fingers, point at me. Take 1 finger, pull it back, make it look good. Take your head, nod. And then say, aw, yeah. The girl in the Mickey Mouse shirt is like, kind of like getting nervous because she's like, I think he's looking at me. It's because I am. It's crazy. I am the performer who, when I look out in the audience, I actually look at you because I want to make a connection with you guys. So let's try it. Fingers out. Ready? Pull it back. Nod your head and say, oh, yeah. Your counselor says something like, guys, you did a great job at camp today. Extra privileges for you. Things are good, right? Look at your counselors and hit them with it. Oh, yeah. Peer leaders. You see one of the kids in your group doing something great, do not be afraid to look at him and go, hey, I saw that. And then they go, so what? And then you go, I saw you being awesome. Ah, yeah. And then watch them squirm. Okay. Now, if you guys are at home, you can use this on your parents, but remember, only when things are good. Like if you eat all your food and they give you extra dessert, you can be like, oh, yeah. And they'll be like, huh? And then they'll be like, oh. But if you're in trouble, don't do it. If your parents are like, go to your room, don't even think you're being funny by going, oh. Nah, they're gonna leave their arm out, turn their head, and then go, forever. All right, really quick, today we're gonna accomplish 2 things. I'm gonna teach you how to be great mistake makers, so the next time you make a mistake, by the way, they're unavoidable, you have to make them. My thing is this, if you have to make mistakes, why not be good at them? People are so bad at making mistakes. Not making the mistake, but recovering from the mistake. Did you know there's only 2 kinds of mistakes out there? Little mistakes and big mistakes. Pop quiz, how many mistakes are there? Yeah, little mistakes and big mistakes. And the move I'm gonna show you right now is gonna make all the difference in the world. And guess what? You already know it. But here's the deal. From this point on, anytime you realize you've made a mistake, do this move. Trust me, it's gonna make things way better. It's like a fact of life. Go like this, tap here and say, my mistake. That's the move, right here, tap here, my mistake. Now, when you do that, here's what happens. If you're in front of an adult and you make a mistake, oh, I came up with one last night, this is a little mistake. A little mistake, by the way, the difference between a little mistake and a big mistake is a little mistake doesn't really require an apology. A big mistake requires an apology. Raise your hand if you understand. All right, hands down. Let's say, and I've done this before, you're at a store and you accidentally cut someone. You didn't mean to, you just didn't see them there, and you're just like, doo-doo-doo, and they're like, and you're like, huh? And they're like, you cut me. And you can be like, oh my gosh. Now, you could say sorry, that's fine, but you can just look at them and go, oh my gosh, that was my mistake. And the second you do this, 2 things happen. Number 1, they realize that you are owning your mistake. And number 2, they look at you as a responsible person. You go, oh, that was my mistake, sorry about that. You can say sorry, but that's all you have to do. So the next time you make a mistake, just a little one that doesn't require an apology, do this, my mistake. Now you're probably wondering why this. Everybody puts their hand over their heart when they're emotional, like when you fall in love. You see that person from across the room and you're like, oh. And there's other emotions. Then they break your heart. And you're like, no! See? It's all here. You see something so cute and you're like, oh. also, when you're scared, they're like, boo, and you're like, ah! So it's here, okay? Show me how to make a mistake. My mistake. Hit me with it, let's go. Okay, good. Now, adults, isn't it kind of like a mathematical fact that the faster you admit your mistake, the better off you're gonna be? Absolutely. This is a really important thing to know in life. And I'm not just talking to you kids, but I'm also talking to you peer leaders. The quicker you admit your mistake, the better off you're gonna be. I'm gonna give you examples of that in a little bit. But first, quiz. How many types of mistakes are there? Little and I'm gonna show you the moves for when you make a big mistake. Everybody follow me, go like this. Now go like this. Now go like this. Now go like this. Wait, I'm not done. Now go like this. Now go like this. Okay, those are the moves. Do it with me. Here. Here. Okay, cool. How many of you do not like making mistakes? I'm guessing that's all of us, right? We hate mistakes. All right, hands down. Can somebody tell me, before I show you some yo-yo tricks, can somebody tell me give me one reason why we're afraid of mistakes? Yeah, you with the arm and the hat and the face and the clothes. Having a bad ending. So like, if you make a mistake, a bad ending would be what? Like getting in trouble? How many of you guys are afraid of mistakes because you don't want to get in trouble? Heck yeah, that's number one for kids. Hey adults, you know why we're afraid of making mistakes usually? It's not so much about getting in trouble, but it's because we don't want to be embarrassed. Have you ever sneezed and then immediately tooted right after it, but they weren't timed right? That is so embarrassing. I'd rather get in trouble than be like, achoo! Because then everybody's like looking at you and they're like, was that you? And you're like... By the way, that doesn't require an apology. That's just you being like, And then, by the way, can I tell you something? People who admit their mistakes faster are generally more likable people. I cannot stand hanging around people who don't admit their mistakes. That's the worst. Especially if you sneeze and toot. Everybody knows. How are you supposed to fake it? All right, now, so far, I've given you a couple of little tiny reasons. What's another reason why we're afraid of making a mistake? Yes, you with the arm and the face, and the hair, and the nose, and the eyes. I can't believe you knew who I was talking about. Hold on, I'm coming to you. Excuse me, pardon me. Whoa, I lost her. Where'd she go? Oh, hi. Okay, what's the reason? You're good. She said fear of judgment. Yeah, that's yeah. Let's give her an aw yeah. Yo, riddle me this. Check this out. If you admit your mistake really fast, all of that judgment is mostly going to go out the window. You know why? Because when you admit it, that automatically is way more powerful and people will have way higher opinion of you when you admit it as fast as possible. So just know that's a great way to eliminate the judgment thing. Although when you sneeze and toot, yeah, I would probably be a little judgy. I'd be like, really? Okay. How many of you have ever tried something like on a bike and you made a mistake and ended up injuring yourself pretty bad? Yo. Yeah. You're like, oh, dude, I'm gonna stand on my bike, I'm going over and jump, and then you like crack your head and you're like, that was a terrible idea. Guess what? Can I tell you something? When you hurt yourself after making a mistake, sadly, it's one of the best ways to learn. You know why? Because there's a good chance you're never gonna do that again. Let me tell you why mistakes are good. Number one, you catch yourself making a mistake, guess what? You're human. Mistakes are normal. If you are not making mistakes, you guys, you might want to get yourself checked because mistakes are as human as it gets. Next time you make a mistake, take a little breath and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm normal, okay? Number two, mistakes are an opportunity to level up. You guys, I've been playing video games like crazy lately. I bought a gaming computer and I have been playing a lot. And I level up all the time in games, but this show is about leveling you guys up in life. Even if you're a little bit older and you're thinking, I know some of this stuff, let this be a reminder. When you make a mistake, if you learn from it and you don't repeat the mistake, you've just made yourself a little bit better. It's the same with yo-yos. Check it out. Remember that trick my dad showed me before? He was like, it's called the sleeper. It's an old trick. It's the most important trick in yo-yoing. If you can get your yo-yo to do this, can you hear it? That's spinning. It's okay, you probably can't hear it back there, but when the yo-yo is doing this, it's spinning. Now this boring looking trick is the most important trick in yo-yos. You know why? Because when that yo-yo is spinning, it's staying still. It's holding its position, which means now you can start doing tricks with it. That's the real reason why you want that yo-yo to sleep. Yeah, I did. That was right to you, brother. Here it is. You can also throw yo-yos out to the side and get that yo-yo to sleep. And then see how it's standing still? It makes it easy to catch on the string. You know how hard it is to catch spinny thingy on anything? It's terrible. All you can do with spinny thingy is present it. Spinny thingy. Cool. Okay. My dad, he showed me Rock the Baby. He's like, crap, no. It needs to look like this, Rock the Baby. I'm like, I can do that. And my dad was like, oh yeah, my dad was like, you can do Rock the Baby. And I was like, yeah. Starts with spinning thingy. I call it swingy thingy. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, now, let's get back to mistakes. Okay, so if it's a little mistake, I want you to please, for the rest of the camp, the duration of your camp, throughout the summer, and bring this home with you. The second you realize you make a mistake, admit it right away. Even if you're by yourself. I know it'll be weird. You're like, doo-doo-doo. You're like, oh, my mistake. No one's around. You'll be like, oh. Practice. Because when you admit it fast, adults are going to be impressed. And guess what? When adults are impressed, you get in less trouble. I'm not even joking right now. Okay. Now, I'm about to show you what all those moves mean. Everybody go like this. Go like this. Wax on. Wax on. Hug yourself. Now do this one. This is called leveling up. Because like I said with yo-yos, once you learn that sleeper trick, everything's possible. This thing unlocks everything. This is what I call a permanent upgrade. Because now you can just get a little better, a little better, a little better, a little better, and then mess up real bad, and then get a little better, and a little better. And then maybe pause for a second. And then go again. And here's the best part about what I'm teaching you. When you learn how to make a mistake, it means you don't have to be perfect anymore, okay? You don't have to be perfect. You know why? Because if you try to be perfect and you make a mistake, your perfect streak is ruined. When you know how to make a mistake, you give yourself permission to learn and get better. So don't worry about being perfect. As long as you know how to make a mistake, you're gonna be good, okay? Take it from me, I know. Yeah. All right, let me show you how to do this trick that I was just telling you guys about. This trick right here called the sleeper. Some of you probably have yo-yos at home, and you probably don't know where they are because you probably did spinny thingy and didn't know how awesome it was. You just threw it and you're like, well, this isn't gonna work. This is ridiculous. I don't even like yo-yos. And then you just go, throw your yo-yo somewhere, don't know where it is, probably all dusty, and like some mouse is like sleeping on it or something. Now you're gonna go home and be like, what? Let me find my yo-yo, Mom, Dad. Spin it, diggy. They'll be like, what's that? You're like, Ooch told me. You're like, Ooch, what's his real name? You're like, I think it's bread. Okay, here's how you do it. Everybody go like this. Put your elbow out straight like that. Here's how you throw a sleeper. Just go like this. Boom, done. Let's do it again. Here to here. Look at where my palm is. It's up. This is important. A lot of you guys, when you throw a yo-yo, you like flip your hand over real fast. Don't do that. You know, a lot of you guys go, don't do that because this is this. You go, and you're like, why isn't it going right? I'm like, because you're not listening. Look, from here to here. Let me show you IRL. Ready? From here to here. Now look. Do not attempt to catch the yo-yo with the back of your hand. Watch. Ah. Oochie smoochy. Oh. Don't worry, DNA's coming. I'm working up to it. All right. Yeah, you guys went out and invented DNA, that I had to learn it. Thanks a lot. I'm actually really glad I know it. Show me the move. Ready? From here to here. This is only half of yo-yoing. You need to learn the rest. Here's the best part. To make a yo-yo come back, you must turn your hand over to get ready for the catch, and then get this. Tell it to go away. Be like, go. It's crazy. When you tell a yo-yo to go away, it comes back. Watch. Ready? Grip. Flip. Now watch. Ready? Flip. Go. It goes like this. Because there is one last part. Grip. Flip. Then you flip. And then you do this whip and get ready to catch it. Catch it. The first couple times you'll be like, I got it. And then you'll be like, okay, hold on. I get it. And finally, you'll just be like,
pass it down.
Okay. I call it the grip, flip, flip, and whip. I don't know, it sounds cool. Here we go. Grip, flip, flip, whip. And I know the whip technically is... But this is my whip. This is my whip. One more time. Grip, flip, flip, whip. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to actually tell you how to make a big mistake. Show me the moves. My mistake. Always, no matter if it's a small mistake or a big mistake, start here, okay? My mistake. Next move, do this. After that, this and this. By the way, these two moves are linked, okay? This,
is that everyone?
this. Okay, then finally this, and then this.
Check.
You're good. I'll show you. Big, okay. Better yet, let's ooch. Here's the next, we're gonna add on snappers. I got snappers. I'm a terrible snapper. I'm a mono snapper. I can only get one to make noise, the other one's mute. How many of you guys can snap with both fingers and actually have them make noise? How many of you are terrible snappers like me? All right, if you're not good at snapping, you can fake it in my show. Just go like this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna ooch with a splash, a snap, and an aw yeah. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooch with a snap, and an aw. All right. Now, please focus. Big mistakes. This is why we're here. Little mistakes, low risk. You guys aren't gonna get in a lot of trouble for a little mistake, but for a big mistake, this is what you want to tune in for. Take a listen. When you make a big mistake, you're usually going to get in trouble. And not a little trouble, a lot of trouble. Here's my promise to you. If you do what I'm about to show you, you will get in way less trouble than you would have had you not done my moves. And people will actually be impressed with you. And I promise you this, so feel free to use this. If you can remember, it'll make life better, I promise, okay? I wish I had someone like me come to my camp and tell me this when I was a kid. I'd have been in so much less trouble. Anyways, I had to learn the hard way. This is my gift from me to you. The second you realize you make a big mistake, you know it's a big mistake for 2 reasons. A, you know you're probably gonna have to apologize, and B, the look on the person's face. They're gonna be livid, and you're gonna be like, oh! So here's what you do, follow me. Number 1, always, admit it. You say, my mistake, go. Next move, this means it's all me. Go ahead, say it. It's all me. One more time, it's all me. Let's go from the beginning, my mistake. It's all me. The reason why we say it's all me is because just admitting your mistake is just saying that you're brave. When you take full responsibility and you say, oh, that was all me, you are now accepting responsibility. And you know what? Adults love that. You know why? Because people are afraid to accept responsibility. So it's all me. You guys got it? Ready? Try it again. My mistake. It's all me. Now comes my favorite part. You gotta clean it up. That's how you know it's a big mistake, because you gotta fix it, right? So here's how you clean it up. That's why I do these moves, because it makes sense. So to clean it up, here's part one. Cleaning it up is a two-part process. You know, like if you spill a drink on the table, you're gonna like clean it up, you know? All right, part one, this one, is when you apologize. So the first part of cleaning up any situation is saying, I'm so sorry, right? Okay, I'm so sorry, right? Okay, I'm so sorry, man. Okay, here we go. This is the first part, apologize, go ahead. I'm so sorry. It looked like you made it. Okay, here we go. She did, now she's just like scared of me. I don't know, I just needed someone to shake. Could have been you. All right, here we go. Part one of cleaning it up. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. When it happens in real life and you really do make a big mistake, do not do this move. This is only to help you remember. Don't look at people and be like, I'm so sorry. That's just supposed to help you remember. Your parents aren't going to be happy if you go, I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. Okay. Hands up, we got to get quiet. We're going to ooch with a splash of silence. Follow me. 1, 2, 3. We're halfway there. Show me the beginning. Big mistake, you say what? My mistake. Next move, own it. It's all me. Step 3, I'm so sorry. Now here's the second part of cleaning it up. You have to say to the people, how do I fix it? Right? Think about it logically, right? You make a huge mistake. You admit it, you own it, you apologize, and then on top of that, you say, what do I have to do to fix it? I mean, guys, how impressive is this already? How could you possibly get in a lot of trouble if you're doing all these things? Man, so, I'm so sorry. How do I fix it? Okay, last bit. After you've done what you can to fix it, this hug part, this means forgive yourself. How many of you have ever made a mistake that you still beat yourself up over? Once you've done everything you can do, you have to hug yourself and say to yourself, you know what? You made a mistake, it's okay. I love me, okay? Give yourself a hug. Last bit, and this is the most important part. Learn. If you guys don't learn from your mistake, everything you just did is for nothing. Once you learn what happens, you level up. Guys, when I was learning how to throw a yo-yo, it didn't just stop at rock the baby. I was like, yeah, sure, I leveled up, but you can level up beyond rock the baby. First off, this is what I realized as I was leveling up. Number one, this is a fully grown yo-yo. It doesn't even make sense. I'm rocking the adult. I don't want to rock the adult, it's weird. So here's how I leveled up. I was like, oh my gosh, I put more thought into it. Why don't I rock a baby? Right? So that opened me up for so much more. Now when I do rock the baby, I do a true rock the baby. This is, oh my gosh, how legit is this? And then I leveled up again and I did extreme baby rock baby. Oh my gosh. I call that one Flying Baby. And then I took my baby to France. I took my baby to the Eiffel Tower, but we weren't close, so it was like really far away, and it looked more like this. I just wanted to show off that I could do the trick with one hand. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? My baby wasn't happy. My baby wanted to be rocked in the Eiffel Tower, like in the Eiffel Tower, and it would not stop crying, and I was like, fine. So I took my baby into the Eiffel Tower, and I created a new trick called French Baby. Here we go. Oh boy. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, you in the back, but you in the front. All right, okay. Can I just take one moment and congratulate you on being a really, really good audience? Can you guys give yourselves a round of applause? Man, I'm so impressed impressed with you. Let's ooch with a splash, a snap, and then a clap. And then an aw. Yeah, you got it? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. With a snap, a clap. Let's go over the moves. My mistake. It's all me. I'm so sorry. How do I fix it? I love myself. I learn. I level up. I'm awesome. Okay, now, show me how to yo-yo. Grip, flip, flip, whip. Everybody rise. Stand, please. Follow me. Go from here to here to here. Once again, from here to here to here. This is called My Kind of Magic is Automatic. That's that move. Okay, ready? My Kind of Magic? My Kind of Magic. I'm such a bad singer. Is automatic. I'm so sorry. Next move. Even when it's raining, I'm not complaining. Let's go. Even when it's raining, I'm not complaining. Okay, quick. I need an easy dance move from somebody. Somebody quickly show me an easy dance move. Easy, you, sir. Show me an easy dance move. Oh, what? I love that. What is your name, dude? What? Mikey? For a minute, I thought you said Viking. I was like, that's cool. No, Mikey. Everybody, this is the Mikey. Ready? Go like this. Go like this. This is the Mikey. Don't forget the Mikey. This is the Mikey. Okay, I need one more move. One more move. I need a move. I need a move. Oh! Why am I so short? What the heck? What is you? Oh, you're flossing it. What? What's your name? Guys, this is Katie. Everybody do the Katie. Ready? Go. Floss it out. Everybody do the Mikey. Do the Katie. Okay, we're ready. Everybody stay standing. Here we go. Oof. That is a big backpack. Oh my gosh, I love stages so much. They're ginormous. In a good way. Show me the Mikey. Show me the, was it Katie? The Katie. Show me My Kind of Magic is automatic. Even when it's raining, I'm not complaining. And we have all this stuff. Okay, here we go. Stand like this. Get ready. It's happening right now. This is not a dream. This is real. Follow me. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I like to dance and it looks like this.
I like to push the floor.
I like to dance and it looks like this.
Yeah, everybody raise the roof. It's
I
like
like
here.
to pop it
Follow
up,
me, yeah.
hit you with a little bit of robot. Gotta hit it, get it, love it, live it.
You guys are good
Slay with
robots.
the lyrical
Shake your leg. Here we go.
I like to shake a
Nod
leg.
your head.
I like to know.
Rock in place.
I like to walk into
Spin
a
low.
party with the pyramid.
Step and clap.
Goes a long way, like a soul train.
Point at me. Point at you. Sunshine. My Kind of Magic.
My kind of magic is automatic.
To the Mikey.
I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing.
Even when it's raining.
I'm not complaining.
To the Katie.
I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing.
All right, we're working it. Here we go.
I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing.
Let's go.
I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing.
Point.
I feel like dancing.
All right, yo-yo with me. Let's go.
Every time I feel myself getting frantic, maybe too much coffee did it. I love the music, bump up the click. I pick up
Switch hands.
then I gave it a half tip, and just like magic, I feel
I knew you guys were gonna do it because you guys are awesome. Ooch with me, here we go. 1, 2, 3. With a snap, clap, clap, snap, clap, snap. Chicken flap because you earned it. And an oh yeah. All right, sit down. Time for DNA. Then we gotta get out of here. Okay. Now wait a minute. I need to tell you guys this. Now, so DNA is done with 2 different types of yo-yos. Some of them do them with a responsive yo-yo. That's when the yo-yo comes back easily. Other people do them with a non-responsive yo-yo, which is when the yo-yo does not come back easily. I've been able to do the responsive version, so that's the version I'll do today. And then next year, I'll hit you with the non-responsive version. Here's how it started. Long time ago, the great-grandfather of the DNA looked like this. It was simply called the lariat. That's all it was. It's still pretty cool. It's called the lariat. It kind of resembles a DNA strand. Not a lot, though. Then, the grandfather, not the great-grandfather, but the grandfather of the DNA was called the UFO. They took the lariat and picked up the string, and then they got this. All right, here we go. What? And then some TikToker. Oh, by the way, if you ever get this in your string when you're yo-yoing, it means you're doing a good job because this is very normal. Every time you throw a yo-yo, it twists 1/2 turn. So if you throw because it's connected to your hand, right? So it's always getting tighter or looser depending on your hand. So if you get this, it's normal. Here's how you get rid of it. Take the string off your finger and just let it kind of boogie itself out. Be like, what? It's like, oh, DNA. And then you're like, oh, spinning thingy. Oh, I like yo-yos. Now for DNA. By the way, I only just learned it, so I get it every 1 out of 10 times, so get comfortable. Here we go. And don't blink. Okay, here we go. The reason I'm here is because guess what? Throughout the rest of your camp and throughout the rest of your lives, you're going to have all kinds of opportunities to make new mistakes. And I want you to look at them with a new set of eyes. I want you to understand that mistakes are opportunities to level up. Now that you know how to make a mistake, you're going to be good. No joke. Number 1, little or big, always this. My mistake, show me. If it's a big mistake, you know what to do, and you watch the people's eyeballs get bigger and bigger and bigger as you proceed through this process by going, oh my gosh, my mistake, say my mistake. Then you look at him and you go, it was all me, I don't know what I was thinking. And then you say, I'm so sorry. But remember, don't do this move because that'll mess everything up. You say, I'm so sorry. And then you say, how do I fix it? Then you fix it, and then what do? You forgive yourself, you say, I love me, and then what do? You learn, and what happens then? You level up. Last trick, rock it to the pocket, unless I miss it. If I catch it, it's an aw yeah. If I miss it, which could happen because I make mistakes, I'm gonna give you permission to go, oh no. Try it, ready? Golf clap, really quiet. Oh no. Okay. Oh man, now I'm nervous. Here I go. But if I miss it, the first thing I'm gonna do is this. All right? I'm probably not gonna miss it though. I just jinxed myself. Wow! 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I didn't have to move. That was a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a